Hello everyone, I'm Sandra, and this gorgeous lady to my side is my business partner, but moreover my dear friend.
Angie Knight.
And we are the co-proprietors of Around the Clock Event Services. We specialize in all aspects of event planning. We started our business in January of 2016, and some of the services that we offer, besides planning your event, and that's all events, is Angie is a wedding officiant, but also can be the officiant at funerals and also celebrations of life. We offer MC and DJ services. We do floral and other designs. We like to really make your event personalized to whatever your theme or your taste is. And that includes, all types of events, parties, weddings.
Pretty much everything. We can do baby showers, bridal showers, anything.
Yeah.
Receptions.
Right. So, if you have an event coming up that you feel like maybe might be a little bit outside of your comfort level, we are great at planning from the smallest event to we plan really big events. And also, the reason we like to offer these services as part of our event planning is it helps our customers have a more cost-friendly experience. Like, Angie, what's something you like to say when we're meeting with people?
Well, I think it's important that people let us know their budget, and that doesn't mean we expect you to have a big budget or we're going to take advantage of it because you told us you have that. We're always going to strive to make it the best price. We're always going to be customer friendly, like Sandra said, and we want it just to be the best experience that you can have, and we promise you're our priority.
Right. And that's why, when we meet with our customers, we find out what they want, we find out their budget, and we may use event or items that we already have on hand. And we've been able to come up with items that people might have originally thought were hard to come by. So, and we're very good at creating things and even really unique items as well. So that's something to always take into consideration.
Yes, we do make a lot of our own decorations, and that also saves you money. And we can come up with pretty much any kind of wedding. We do woodland weddings, we do fairy tale weddings, we can do a bohemian wedding, we can do a forest wedding, just anything. And we can do the traditional weddings also. And we can also help you picking out your wardrobe if you need help. Sometimes people don't know what they want to wear, and there's a lot of new looks now in weddings. Even there are beautiful pantsuits that brides are wearing for wintertime especially, and we love winter weddings. Yes. They're gorgeous.
And that really brings up a good point too. Something that we have found when we are doing event planning is if it's like a really important event to you, there are things you probably aren't going to remember to do or think about that we plan that for you. We can say, hey, have you thought about, who's going to take the photographs, or do you need a table set up for gifts, or, what kind of theme do you want just for, say, the groom, for example. So there's many different things that we take into consideration that other people who have events might not really, I guess, think about.
Well, you just get so busy, and you that's why people need a wedding planner. It's because you've got so much on your mind, so many things to do. We can take a lot of that worry away from you, and like she said, we're very cost effective, and we can even do things like if there's something doesn't fit the day of the wedding. We've had this happen where we've actually had to refit the garment on people. So we can do this too. We can do pretty much anything.
Yes, that's right. And we love to do it. We love the challenge. We love to be creative. We work well together, and get on our Facebook, Around the Clock Event Services, and that's spelled CLOQ. And you can see lots of pictures and read reviews of our satisfied customers. So that tells you a little bit about what we are doing currently in our business. But we have some new things coming up on the horizon that actually has sparked our need to do this video for you. actually, tonight's video is the first one in our video series titled Around the Clock Phases. We're going to do a video each week about a new topic, something, and maybe introduce, and we'll get into that, some of the new services we're going to offer. But tonight's discussion actually is going to be focused on Angie, and those of you that know her, and maybe if you don't, would find out soon that Angie's got a love affair with the moon and all things lunar. So I thought it would be fun if we kicked off our video series with this video discussion we're going to call Lunar Phases. And it's going to be basically Angie telling us, things about the moon and why she's drawn to it. And I will ask her questions and kind of interview her so we can learn more about that. So Angie, why don't you just start by telling us what originally made you fall in love with the moon and become, your obsession with the moon. When did it begin?
Well, it actually began when I was a very small child. And my dad worked the night shift, and my dad was a big hunter. He did a lot of coon hunting and would go out into the woods. And so when I was very small, I was the only child for a while, for 6 years. So my dad would come home from work, and he worked across the street at the creamery. And he would come home, and he would gather up me. He'd make sure I had, warm pajamas, big coat, get the flashlights, get his flask, go out and get the hound dogs, and then we would take off. And sometimes he would take a friend with him, but sometimes it was just me. And he taught me how to call the hounds, and he taught me to always look up. And he said, we're going to hunt by the light of the moon. So that was my first time. And actually, I didn't even really realize that until Sandra and I started talking about, we love so many different things. We're involved in so much, and we're very diversified. So we're kind of all over the place sometimes. But that's good for you, because then we can pretty much put ourselves in any facet of your life. So my dad would take me hunting with him, and the coons would be in the tree, and the hounds would be howling and bawling at him. He had the ballers. We had all kinds of dogs, which was really fun. So that was how it all started, and I became a lunatic very young, because I've been called a lunatic because I do love the moon so much. But it's fine. I don't mind being a lunatic. So that was it, and then it just gradually came on, and through my whole life I've always loved the moon. I've always looked up, because he always said, look up, look to the sky, because there's always something to see. But sometimes before we'd go hunting, we would go to the river, and we'd always go see how high the river was, how low the river was, and that even told him when it would be good to hunt. I guess the coons come out at a certain time, and it was just really fun, and I never really actually saw a coon get killed, so I didn't have to go through that too, but anyway, that was how it all started. And then as I got older, I just got into the moon a whole lot more.
Well, what a great story, Angie. Thank you for sharing that with us. So what would you consider your favorite phase of the moon?
Well, I love all phases. I think each one is very unique, but as you all know, Friday the 16th is our next new moon. And new moons are a time for new beginnings. It's like a great reset button. You come through the month, and you go through all the different phases of the moon, and then here comes the new moon. And for me and a lot of my friends, we love to have, it's sort of a little ritual. It's not anything big, but it's like, for the new moon, you should gather up everything, every thought that you have. If it's something you don't like, something that makes you uncomfortable, or just something you just would like to let go of, you can write all those down on paper, and then you can put them in an ashtray, or you can make a little special fire for them, and burn all those negative thoughts and things that are bothering you, and you will just watch them go up into the air. And it's a sense of freedom, because you're letting all that bad stuff go. So I love the new moon for that. And there's signs everywhere. You just have to be paying attention, because the earth is always speaking, the sky is always speaking to us. So, and 2020's been a really hard year, so I think we all have a lot to let go of, probably, and I think this month is the perfect time to begin with that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And kind of along those lines, some people might say that the full moon itself might bring out some negative behaviors in people. What is your thoughts about that?
Well, my thoughts about that are a lot of people have felt that way for a very long time because they've heard it for so long. But for me, the full moon means that everything has come around, and now you can really expect wonderful things to happen, because from the new moon to the full moon, you should all be having something that you long for. And especially this month of October with Mars. Mars has been out every night. It's sparkling in the sky. It actually looks red. And Mars is a planet of desire. So this is a wonderful time, this month especially, for the things that you desire. Good things, something you want, something you're praying for, something you just really want to happen, something that you've been looking forward to. Now is the time to really look for that, and you can make things happen. You can't just always think, well, the neighbors are out there and they're not going to let me see the moon because they got all their lights on during the new moon, or the full moon's out, but I can't get out there to see it because it's going to come up too late. You make time for what's important to you. It's important to me, and I know other people that it's important to. So I just think you guys have to think positive. Think of the energy that's coming from the full moon. It doesn't have to be bad energy. It can be good energy too.
Right. Which kind of brings me to one of the things that we might just touch on as something that we are going to be offering, or a little glimpse into something, a new service that we're going to be offering, and that is helping others increase their positive energy, positive vibes. We do that with offering relaxation therapies, home or business, or crystal type clearings or cleansings, and maybe helping people to focus more on certain aspects and signs that the universe is sharing with us. Like Angie said, I believe that with things going the way they are this year in 2020, that maybe we need to be a little more, we could all benefit from being a lot more positive in our lives, and maybe seeing those positive signs that the universe is putting out there for us. I feel that we have the ability, because of our experience, to help others with that. So we'll talk more about that later. Like I said, we are going to be doing a video each week about something new. I believe we'll probably shoot for next week on our next video, and we're going to talk more about seeing numbers and the way the universe is speaking to us, and how you can be more in tune with the signs that are taking place around you. Now, before we go, Angie, what are some other things you might be able to share with us about your love of the moon, or just your overall, advice for how we can stay positive and how we can use positive energy to be better in our lives every day?
Well, one of the good things, like I said about the new moon, is letting go of the old things and realizing that just like the phases change in the moon, the phases change in our life also. And a lot of people don't like change. I personally like it, but I love looking forward to things. So you need to really be aware and listen. Like I said, listen to the earth, listen to the atmosphere. Just something as simple as just going outside and like I've heard the tree frogs so much. And we've had this Indian summer that's phenomenal. And we've had this beautiful month. This has been an exceptional month, I believe. And I think that we don't need to worry too much about the future. We need to live in the moment. And no matter how bad things are, I think you should try to find, there has to be something you love that you could do every day. Just some little thing that you love to do. I don't care if it's having tea and toast and taking the time to butter that toast and putting that jam on it or whatever it is, or just some little thing that means something to you, that you take that time to do it. Because we get bogged down and we don't have time to do things. Sometimes we're our own worst enemies, so we have to learn to accept the change and move along with it. And even the smallest bit of progress, that's empowerment. Learn to love who you are, and learn to realize that you can have so much more in your life if you just let yourself expand your life. Remember, you're in control of your life. It's like a book. I mean, if you don't like something, you're not a tree. You can move on from that. You don't have to stay in that spot. you can find something better. We can all find something better. We can all improve, every one of us. And just remember that. And if you're dealing with difficult situations, step back. You don't have to react. Don't feed into negativity. If you're not comfortable in that situation, just step back. If you don't feel like you can answer that email right now, don't answer it. If you can't answer that text right now, don't answer it. You don't have to act in the moment. If you're not sure how to react, then just remove yourself from it until you know what you can do that'll make it be easier for you. Because you're not going to accomplish anything if you react and it's going to come out wrong and it's just going to be negative. So you need to set your boundaries. People need to know they can't just expect you to always be there to beck and call. Don't be too hard on yourself. We're our own worst enemies. And no matter how bad the day is, like I said, find something that you love and do it. And then sometimes just go out and look up. Just go out in the night sky and look up. There's so much to see. And remember, just think back on everything. And remember that you hold the lock and key, and you alone can set yourself free. You don't have to stay in that negative situation. Take yourself out of it. Even if it's just for a little bit. Go for a walk. I call my good friend Sandra. We get together. We might have a drink. We might have a cup of coffee. We might just look at each other. Sometimes we cry. You have to be who you are. And
we also laugh a lot.
We laugh a lot. And we're very silly. And we have a lot of fun. And we want everybody else to have fun. Because
Right.
I feel we're very blessed. I feel like I've kind of led a charmed life. I think Sandra has too. But we worked hard at it. We're not people that give up easily. If we don't like it, we're going to do something about it. Don't be too serious. There's always going to be a lighter side, but you have to look for it. And this is our chance. New moon, get rid of all those negative things. Burn them up, let them go up in the air, get rid of them, and then get ready. Make a wish, something you want. I don't care if it's monetary, if it's love, if you just feel like you need a stronger faith, if you feel like there's something in your life you can't take anymore, concentrate, wish for it, get it. You can do it.
Absolutely wonderful advice, Angie. Thank you for your pearls of wisdom.
Well, I've lived a long life, so I have a lot that I can say.
You have a lot more left to go.
I hope so.
So I hope, or our hope is that you have enjoyed this video, that you will look forward to the next videos coming up in our series. As always, we welcome your thoughts and suggestions, ideas and questions. You can contact us through our Facebook page. And again, that's Around the Cloq Event Services. And Cloq is spelled C-L-O-Q.
Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. And again, you know, we want everyone to just keep the positive vibes, keep your chin up.
And if you have a suggestion, something you'd like to discuss,
Yeah.
we're open to it. You can ask us. You can ask us anything. And, you know, if we don't answer it, well, then that means we didn't have an answer. But usually we can find the answer. So just trust us. You know, we love all of you, and we want us to all become closer. We want to be like a family, and we love our business, and we love making people happy with our business. So that is our love of life, is making other people happy.
True.
All I ever wanted to do when I was a little girl was make people beautiful and feel happy. And that's all I've ever done all my life, really. Sometimes I
You've done it
succeed, and
very
sometimes
well.
I don't, you know, but we have to keep trying because that's what gives us worth, and that's what makes us feel good. So anyway, I'm through. I'm off the preaching box now. Just trust us and get in touch with us, and we're going to talk about lots of exciting things. Just something because of our situation now. And we don't want to forget the full moon is coming, and it's the second full moon in the month, and it's a rare full blue moon, and it won't happen again until 2035.
Wow.
So we need to get out and look up. Get outside, look up. And also there's meteors all month, and I've seen some. And every night this month will be meteors. So look up.
A lot going on in the sky. So, all right. Well, I think
My
with
good
that
friend.
discussion, oh, my good friend
I know.
too, I think we'll bid farewell, and we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.